Hey, good morning, people. Jaxx Vane Studio Live 34. Live 3 times a week on Twitch. Working on sailing game prototype. We're still working on this multiplayer. It's really the beginning of the development of the multiplayer system. Everything is going really slow. Yeah, it's one of those parts. It's one of those moments in a development of a game where you end up forced to do something that you don't really want to do, and that's exactly the situation I am right now. I really don't want to do this, but I have to do it. And also, for me, the other big problem is that there isn't really a lot of challenge in this. Of course, there's the challenge to figure out how to do this stuff in Rust and go into the details of the code, which is always interesting and fun. But the entire system itself, I pretty much have a complete idea of how it's going to work. So there isn't really anything that push me other than the desire to see it done and to be able to actually play the game in multiplayer. So yeah, so I don't think there is much more to say other than this, and let's keep pushing and move forward and try to hopefully finish this thing as fast as possible. So last time we were in this situation where we had a super basic server that didn't do much at all. Well, good luck with that. Here, yeah, as I was saying at the beginning, it's yeah, not very exciting. Not much challenge. It's just lots of code to write before I can actually see something on the screen that looks like a multiplayer game. So a little bit patient. The development rhythm went down these days, but yeah, I have to do it. I have to go over the bump, over the resistance bump, and then things should become easier and fun again. So our connect the other. All right, so that's what we need here. This is still need this to test, and we should be back. We should be back where we started. So we should be able to run this. Yeah, and then run this. All right, and things work. And then it removes the connection. Okay. Right, okay, so what's the best thing to do next? Because next I could actually dive into the game itself, so implement the connect. All right, so in theory, the way this should work is that I should be able to reuse stuff from here. So all this stuff, that's the entire point, right? So all this stuff, I should be able to reuse it in the server. So in cargo toml, JXS server game. So that was all the work I did last month was in order to do this. So basically have code shared between the server, the actual multiplayer server, and the single player mode. So let's see how it goes. All right, here we go. Bot name Jaxx, bot model bot1, skin none, hash 166. All right, that works. Right. So we should see that when we disconnect, the server should remove that bot. Okay, set was 0, 5 seconds. Boom. Okay, removing both def. Very good. Okay, the message was wrong there. State. Okay, so this also works. Which means that I should be able to do it from the game now. Okay, so in order to do it from the game, I have to create an equivalent of this server game single player. So we start the server. I think for now it's better for me to move the server to the other monitor. You won't be able to see it, but it is what it is. So we start the game. I have no idea what is going to happen. In theory, we shouldn't even get our boat created. So we should just see the sea. Yeah, okay. So the sea is going, which is fine. And this is cool because we have the game that is basically running and it's up with no boats. There is nothing in here, right? And this is very cool because we couldn't do this in, I mean, it was very difficult to do this in Assetto Corsa because Assetto Corsa started working all in single player, completely in single player, and there were lots of subsystems that were assuming that there was at least one car of the player car. And what is happening in the server is that the server actually received our connection and it's assigned to boat 0. Okay. Okay. So I can now close this one and the server should realize that we're gone. Yeah, removing connection, removing boat. That's all fine. Okay. Right. Okay. So let's try. So if I put Pippo mode, we should crash straight away with a message saying that Pippo mode is not a valid mode. Right. Game mode Pippo player is not valid. Cool. So if we go single player, we should start a normal game. Yep. And if we go multiplayer, let me start a server. So the server, and we start this. It connects, nothing happens, but we are signed about 0. We can see it here, and if I close, boom, it goes away. That's I think all we have for today. I think what we need to do. Okay, so we got the client TCP connection. I think we are pretty much done with the basics. So the next thing to do is going to be try to, well, there are two possibilities. Should I? Because I really, the problem is that I really need to think how we're going to send. I need a couple of things. I need to decide how I'm going to manage the frequency of this server that right now is just running as fast as possible. And then how I'm going to send the game, because what is happening right now is that the server is producing this pretty potentially big server game state, right? So it's producing this string legs and all this stuff, and all this stuff is we are not going to send it like this, right? We need to be smarter than that, right? But at least we need to send this both definition. So I need to figure out how I detect that there is a new, that I need to resend the entire vector of boats. Toskek, yeah, that looks pretty obvious to me. That you will never become a programmer. Right. Okay, guys, I think I'll leave it for now. Thanks so much for stopping by. I know this week, until I get this multiplayer done, this is not really the best of the streams. But yeah, I have to do it. I have to go through this. Otherwise, we won't get multiplayer into the game. So see you next time, guys, Friday morning. So don't go. So much action. Yeah, I give you a break from this so much action. I'll see you guys next Friday at 10 in the morning. Ciao, ciao.